Somebody said that Canada is U.S. light. Now, I prefer to think of U.S. as being Canada heavy, but yeah, you can look at it either particular way. So we don't really want to fight with you guys anyway. And also, there's only one Canadian team in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You guys have all the others. That's not quite right. Yet, if it came down to it, ladies and gentlemen, if it really came down to push comes to shove, we have something that no other country in the world has. No other country in the world to the same degree. If push comes down to it, and I'm going to tell you what we got, ladies and gentlemen. There are more where he came from. This river I step in is not the river I stand in. This river I step in is not the... You step in the river and the river moves. It's not the same river that it was before. This business of yours that you are in is not the same business. You heard so much last night. Things have changed, have they not? Renee's shirt is one of the most famous slogan in the world, just do it. Nike, and just about everybody knows it. And it's a pretty good slogan, as you know, slogans go. The Nike folks, the marketing team, almost had it right. But just do it it's soon, is it not? It's like soon. More diets, more management techniques, more divorces probably start on Monday than any other day of the week. So it's a good slogan, but you want to be doing it. You want the ING factor. Something that you can use, take away, and start using right away. You don't have to wait 1 minute longer to be able to use. Deceit, deception, dishonesty, disinformation, complete distortion of the facts. It's a fish story, it's slander, evasion, fabrication, won't read them all, prevarication, perjury, tale, fib, barefaced lie, misspoke. I love that one. I misspoke. A whopper, a tall story, a white lie. Now, when you look at them, they all mean the same thing, but some of them are a little bit more serious than others. Would you not think so? Perjury, as an example, is going to be a little bit different than a white lie or a bit of a fib or something else. But still, nonetheless, it is a lie. Now, you can talk about Mars and Venus and spaghetti and waffles and so on and so forth, but there are differences. We listen different, and you've got to recognize that. People listen differently. But listening is important in determining better whether people are lying to you or not. So lies tend to take place. Now, liars are the Rodney Dangerfield of communications. I mean, I don't think they get the sort of respect that they should. I'm going to give you my Rodney Dangerfield joke. He said his wife had cut him down to once a month. And she says, not so bad. He said, I know some other guys she's cut out altogether. What is the objective of collections? What do you think your collection department is there to do? Collect the money. There's a little hesitation here. You guys are thinking it's a trick question, and it is. It is. Because I say no. Collecting the money is not the objective of your accounts receivable department. It shouldn't be. Your objective is to create and maintain a customer. That's what you are there to do. That's what the accounts receivable department is to do. And you do that through effective collection techniques. So what do we want? We want both. Now, sometimes you're not going to get it. Sometimes you have to make a choice. But it is a difficult job that we've got. It's the most difficult balancing act, I believe, in business. If any of you have caught or will catch or whichever, some of the performances, Cirque du Soleil, some of the acrobatic stuff they do here is nothing compared to the acrobatics we have to do in accounts receivable. This is the way some people put on their collection hat. You've got somebody perhaps working for you and you say, you want them to make a collection call, and they kind of look at you, like I wasn't hired to do that, but the boss says you got to do it, so what do you do? So what do? They probably phone somebody between 12 and 12:15 on a Friday afternoon. And nobody's there. The boss says, did you call him? Well, I tried. Nobody was there. I've even heard people make collection calls where they just about tell people not to pay the account. So putting on the collection hat, we want to put on the hat, we want to be the very best that we can possibly be. And when we're doing that, now I tell people, of course, when you're collecting, you're doing the best you can. It's good for the company. They're paying us. Good for the customers, but more particularly, it's good for us. It's more fun to do. You guys familiar with the quote from Mary Kay Ash? She said the two things people want more than money and sex is praise and recognition. And I say if you can come up with an incentive program that puts all four together, you'll never have to work another day in your life. I used to call this the grapefruit approach to collections. Because whenever you're eating a grapefruit, have you ever noticed you can always get one more spoonful of juice from the grapefruit? Doesn't seem to matter when you stop. Young lady spoke up at one of my programs. She said, no, that's not the grapefruit approach. She said, that is the Scotty and Captain Kirk method from Star Trek. There was something that the captain used to tell Scotty the engineer. Now, he never did say, beam me up. But he did say something. Anyone remember what it was? What's that? Give her all she's got. We need more power. More power, Scotty. And Scotty never, ever said, aye, Captain, and reached over and turned up the power. What did Scotty say? Scotty said, we cannot do it. We cannot do it, Captain. The lithium crystals can no handle it. There was always some reason as to why they couldn't get more power, but the funny thing is, even the latest movies they've done, they always got more power. They always got more power. So you're talking to some of your people, the opposite are made or so on and so forth. You could put a grapefruit on somebody's desk to remind them of this particular technique. You could put a picture of Scotty and Captain Kirk out there. A few of you, perhaps you have a USS Enterprise in a toy box at home that you can put back in commission, put it on a string, put it in the office to remind you about more power. One of my clients outside of Philadelphia, the Franklin Mint, I did a program for them one time. They had some of the most gorgeous USS Enterprises I've ever seen, in glass cases and jewel encrusted and so on and so forth. And they had it out on the sales floor. I said, bring it in amongst the peoples to remind you about more power.